this way they control ground zero. AJ the army of the people. When I see them, na military already. We fight war with bow. We fight war with AK-47, G3, M16 chain cutters. Na see them. Nigeria by action. Na see they were part of the battalion in this. Na see them. No be easy. Yes, today the 8th January. So they'll look at so. And no believer. The army this where they control ground zero. Now the army this on ground zero. Now this here, no be mob. It is so under the Supreme General of the ADF. A general by action, no be general by mob. I see battalion, a battalion this. Wow. Ambazonian when I pray for the begin there. When I pray for the Supreme General of the ADF, now the battalion there they bring independence of this country. Now then this. When I see them, well equipped. This is the army of the people. The army there to control ground zero. Ambazonian I see them. It don't be easy, but now God want get power. No be by power, but by the grace of God. Official.
Yeah. Good evening, my fellow Ambazonians, and friends of Ambazonians. Good evening to you all, and thank you for taking the time to join us today again. This evening, the leader of our Ambazonian War of Independence, Dr. Ayaba, will be speaking directly with the Ambazonian people tonight on something that is extraordinarily important. I will be speaking in Pidgin tonight. We will be communicating directly to the Ambazonian people on the ground and also across the globe. So, my fellow Ambazonians, good evening for all now. For any place where you are as an Ambazonian, good evening for you. What are you doing for the territory? What are you doing for ground one or you there for ground two? Any place where you there for this world, I don't come for this evening for can salute you. I don't come for can join all we together as a people. Today, this evening, the leader for our War of Independence, Dr. Ayaba, he gets small message, he gets small talk, he got a very important thing. We want to address the Ambazonian people, he want to talk for the Ambazonian people. Today, when I know say we're there for the eve, just one more day before the big event we're going to take place tomorrow for the expansion of the stabilization forces of Ambazonian Defense Forces. So we just did a few hours away, less than 24 hours away for this big event we're going to take place tomorrow. And so I don't come tonight. Now for can just remind all we. Maybe now for tell we not just two stories actually. Why would he fight? What would be the importance of place where we dey? And why would he win? And what he will get for do just for complete this phase of our lives, this phase of our history, this phase of our future. So this evening, I get a call today from an Ambazonian mommy before we get there, maybe we'll make sure say the people for ACN, they already connect with for ACN before we start the conversation, and people for ACN for ground zero, they miss the conversation. All right, with the monitor for make sure say the people for ACN they already connect with. This evening for our own time, as soon as Sabi say for the place where we're now a very critical phase for our War of Independence. We're there for the best place we don't ever be as a people since 1961. The Ambazonian people, they never come so close for taste freedom, for taste independence, for the taking over of their country. We never ever come so close. So we're there for the best place where any people, where they fight for liberation, where they want freedom. We're there for the best place where any group of people that he ever dream for be. The best place. So, but who's how really they? Now the question now a lot of people that they ask we. Would they now for the place? The final place would they? Now for end the liberation phase. Now the final place that would they? Now three phases the day. The liberation phase, the transition phase, and then the phase for the governance. Now 3 phases the day for Ambazonia for totally get full control of their land, get full control of their lives. Now 3 phases a day, as the leader don't explain now. Phase number 1, the liberation phase. This liberation phase is start for 2016. So we'll be very close for complete this chapter of the liberation phase. For get Cameroon, for wash Cameroon out of our land. We'll be very close. So it'll be very exciting moment for the Ambazonian people then. Now very exciting times and this. Now very happy times, now good times and this for our people then. Good times for our future. All right. I hope say the detail we say ACM people don't connect with, so make we check. All right. So they already be connected for ACM. That's good news. All right. So now really good time for the history of the Ambazonian people. Then. Now really good times. We're there for the best time. What would we ever dream for be as a people in terms of our liberation struggle? We're there for the best time. At the best time this. We'll never be for this kind of place. Since 1961, when La République du Cameroon it take over our country, we'll never ever be for this kind of sweet place. In fact, since 1961, now the only generation this, we don't make this kind of progress. Since 1961, it has been a journey of agitation. It has been another old school mentality for the force of argument. How you go carry argument? Why you did debate? You did debate your force of argument. How your case be right, how your history be right, how the international law they do on your side, you cite all the resolution there, where they give you a right and your country and the independence where the United Nations vote for. The force of argument not be fit for move the Ambazonian people forward. Because people, Ambazonia, they be busy for debate La République and talk good English and cite international law. La République, they carry gun. Make all man surrender. Right? So this generation, now the generation of chop fire. Now the generation where they woke up as the leader tell we must put our foot for ground. Send our land this and we'll get for fight for it, for liberate them. So since 2016 till now, we don't make the greatest progress for the entire history of the Ambazonian people then. So now we'll be very close for complete the liberation phase. The phase for free Ambazonia from the occupation of Cameroon. We'll be very close for end the occupation and then for our people then for take over their land. Ambazonia since 1961, you don't get a land. That land be occupied. You don't get life. The occupation don't take away life from our people then. It don't take away hope from our people then. It don't take away the ability for our people then for dream. Forget dreams, forget goals, for set vision. It take away happiness. It take away health. When you go for ground zero, you see the whole land. It be full of suffering. It be full of death. It be full of pain and poverty and diseases. The whole land. But a land where you get all things for this world. Now the most abundant place on earth. That place they call Ambazonia. So because they take our people their land, it make our people become hopeless. So this generation, just like previous generation them, when they want them, they come out where they go fight for the First World War and the Second World War. When they come back, what happen? Because they can't see the world, how the world they advance. And see, say there are people they under occupation. They decide for some they fight getting independence. When I know so, now the whole movement that will speed up the independence of most African countries. Now for all these massive people them, where they don't come fight for all other parts of the world, when they come back, they see what did happen for the world. They decide they no go settle for anything less than what the people they deserve. This generation, they don't travel the globe, they don't study, they don't see the world. And they start to ask themselves, why we get for live under occupation? Why we picking the get for the suffer? Why an army of occupation? It go just kill our people them anyhow and get away with it. Why? Why will not get drinking water? Why will not get road? Why will not get hospital? Why will not get light? Why were people that is staying for bush? Why were people them they not fit make money, make their team them, and those things they fit buy them all over the world? Why? Why opportunities are not there? So our people they don't woke up. Boys they woke up for ground. Movement they be formed. Leaders they woke up. They tell we all kinds of ideas. Along the way, we all don't test them. We don't experiment. We don't come for the final conclusion. Every Ambazonian, whether na big papa, whether na big mommy, whether na uncle, whether na auntie, whether na young boy, whether na young girl, every single Ambazonian, it don't come to a scientific conclusion, to an objective conclusion, to a truthful conclusion, to an honest conclusion. Say not only self-defense, not only guns and bullets, under structured defense forces, now I go liberate our land. Through that one, different groups, they woke up, they fight for Ambazonia. And they don't give you this pride for weaken Cameroon, crumble the economy, crumble the Biya government, make Paul Biya down the height, make Diongute down the height, make the governors at the height, make Dios at the height. They live now for Amoka. Parliamentarians they run, senators they run. Ambazonia, they get total dynamic control. And for most places, we get static control. As I can explain them yesterday for all now. The state of the BLM, La Republic don't jack hand for all. It don't be a first state where Cameroon don't surrender. Because of which we don't put them for ground. Because of the strategy. Because of the pressure who they put them for their military, for their police, for their gendarme, for their occupational system. Because of the strategy on the ground. Because of the work with the general, it did lead the implementation of the liberation strategy and the takeover strategy. So we did do a lot on the ground. A lot of things that happen for ground. Now just yesterday, La Republique deployed almost 2,200 forces for Pinyin. Till this moment, they just did turn around. Get already some don't raise and leave. Because we understand how they fight. La Republique is weak. Their army weak. Their police weak. Their gendarme weak. We don't bleed them and we don't defeat them. They not fit stand fight. They fit only do those nonsense when they work a farmer car. But we get a cure. From January till now, for February 20th, the general come for outside. He can launch a stabilization force. Because the leader measure who's out there on the ground and what you need for do them for change international calculation. What you need for do them for change the talk for Canada government, for change the talk for American government, for change the talk for the British House of Commons. The leader tell we what you need for do them. When we do them, when the leader launch the stabilization force, when the general commission the forces on the ground, when Ambazonians they come together, they raise that amount of money, buy those weapons, listen to the strategy, listen to the vision. Ambazonians they come together, they raise money, contribute money for 3 months. We deliver something we never ever do before. We give our people them pride. We show our people what will be capable as a people for doing. How powerful will be. How great will be. When we make a decision. When we make a commitment. when we follow a plan, when we follow a strategy, the talk for Canada Parliament change. They move from say they be very concerned. They start for take concrete actions. They start for put the action they get for take up. They need to talk now say they be concerned. They talk now say they must hold the beer government accountable. And they call for a specific type of negotiation. And the kind of sanctions they will sanction beer. They talk for UK Parliament change. They talk for the US Senate change. La Republic position for ground change. They talk across the globe change. When we project that level of power, where we be needed. And that power, that visible power, as I don't explain it for now. Power must be seen. Not tell people they say get power. You got to show that power. And we show that power for ground. We don't move from that phase, achieve a great level of success. When we launch these forces, they don't carry all big kind operation them for ground, including the biggest operation we they ever carry on. My plan for now in this. When I just give me a moment here, I want to play another video, the operation where they carry on for go capture the special forces. They go for Upper Banyang for Manu. They capture La République du Cameroon, their biggest general. Capture a house and bring them down. Now the biggest event that where people don't carry on. All because of the forces who don't give them, who don't belong. And the capacity who don't belong for ground. So we'll be very close now for wipe out Cameroon for the strategic places now. And that's why we don't come today. Make we listen for the leader. Before one listen for the leader, I might just play one of this video.
Biggest of all number diabetes.
Thank the egg of
The military this way they control ground zero. AJ the army of the people. When I visit them, na military already. We fight war with AK-47 G3 M16 chain cutters. Na visit them. Nigeria by action. Na visit they were part of the battalion in this. Na visit them. No be easy. Yes, today the 8th January. So they'll look at so and they'll believe them. The army this where they control ground zero. Now the army this on ground zero. Now we see how no be mob. It is so under the Supreme General of the ADF. A general by action, no be general by mob. I see battalion this. Wow. Ambazonian wanna pray for the begin there. When I pray for the Supreme General of the ADF, now the battalion they will bring independence of this country. Now in this. When I see them. Well equipped. This is the army of the people. The army they control ground zero. Ambazonian na see. It don't be easy, but now God will get power. No be by power, but by the grace of God. Official.
yeah.
That the biggest of all number diabetes.
Thank the egg of ADF for their handwork. If you wanna see ADF and egg of C, if you wanna look and find on a handwork than this, we thank God. Escape! I hear you! Escape! I hear you! Who's your for commandant? Correct.
All right, make we bring in the leader, make the leader talk for the people them directly.
Hello, PS.
Yes, good afternoon, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Well, I'm live.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm having a great time talking to our people, and I know that you have a short statement. You have something important to speak with the Ambazonian people.
Am I live now? Am I live?
Yes, sir. You are live.
All right. Thanks a lot, fellow Ambazonians. Thank you very much for your resilience. I have been thinking a lot, gathering the sentiments from our people, how we feel in terms of where we are, and how we feel in terms of international happenings, what is happening in Chad, in Biafra, the almost political collapse in Cameroon. So I want to assure you people that we have studied different liberation struggles. The Eritreans, East Timorese, that in the Tamils and Sinhalese in Sri Lanka. We're looking at the Kurdish situation. And we are monitoring La Republique carefully. And we are adapting our strategy to the evolving political trend, not only in La Republique, but internationally. It's very complex. You know, we come from a background of being passive, of being our political philosophy and ideology is tailored towards Western liberal political theories. We are left leaning, center left leaning. We believe in all of these liberal political theories that govern, Western society. So our first attitude with respect to a liberation struggle, how do we satisfy the Americans? How do we satisfy the British? No one has ever really asked, what are the Cubans saying about our liberation struggle? What does Venezuela think about it? Nobody is asking what the Algerians are thinking about it. And that is a dilemma in the struggle. Dilemma not only for our population, but also for leadership. At the leadership of our struggle, we have been focused on, petitioning the British, convincing the Americans, trying to pivot our struggle, to satisfying Western liberal doctrines. When things get rough, we start asking, where are the Russians? Why don't we contact the Russians? But be rest assured that we have been doing all of the things that people are thinking of today. Like, do we need to talk to the Russians? Of course. One, they are a veto-wielding member of the Security Council. Two, they are dealing with issues of separatism. Three, they are interventionists. Should we talk to the Cubans? Should we talk to other countries that we do not usually think of? Yes, we have been doing our work. Now, the reason I'm intervening today is I have two things I would like to say. Let me start with the immediate one. Tomorrow, we are mobilizing resources for the expansion of the stabilization. Now, this is what you must have seen on the ground once we launch the stabilization force. You must have seen the outreach of the Akamantos. You heard the press secretary yesterday announce La Republique basically moving out of certain areas of Lebialem. You must have noticed when our forces hit Elokobi's house, La Republique moved a contingent of forces with bags of rice to try to convince the population. That didn't work either. We have noticed in the past few days, they've moved forces from certain areas because they cannot sustain financially the war. And we have become very effective in terms of IEDs. But the stabilization force has been a game changer in terms of projecting power domestically and ensuring that, we can undermine Cameroon's ability to encroach in certain areas on a pole. But the force is still very small and it is still located in specific areas. Our plan is to expand this force into 5 more areas. I can assure you that training is already going on in Area X. And we need to ensure that we arm them to the teeth
Mr. President,
Because
adjust
I
your
just
microphone,
left.
adjust your speaker, the way you speak. It's your volume is low.
All right, one moment.
It's good now.
All right, great. So we need to put in more materials in a particular area where training is ongoing. That area is strategic in terms of its outreach, in stabilizing key areas, and in ensuring that units that had been disbanded because they lack backup, they can be regrouped. The training has been very intensive. We have been watching the video. We've been giving instructions. We have been providing some residual support. And I hope that tomorrow, when we assemble for mobilizing more funds, we will reach the threshold that we want to reach. Now, the press secretary asked me a question yesterday. What is the strategic overall objective of what you are trying to do? And I told him basically I want to deliver to Ambazonia by October 1 something unique. I want to deliver to you people something unique. And if everything goes as planned, I think this year is going to be a game changer in our liberation struggle, because there will be a shift from, I'm choosing my words carefully as not to say much. There will be a shift from where we are now to a different realm, and that will have major domestic, international, political, and military implications. This is critical, and I hope that you will continue to trust, the plan we've put in place, the leadership we provide, and the vision that we are working towards. It is very important that we do not get distracted. Anytime there are international events, anytime there are distractions in terms of the actions of Cameroon on the ground, we immediately factor that in current activities. You heard La République was invading Pinyin the other day. We had already mobilized. We were taking certain actions. They are moving in different areas also. We hear they have flooded Bamenda with enough plainclothes security men. They know we are also in town, plainclothes, and monitoring them, counterintelligence services. So we have factored all of their moves in our overall strategic planning. What we need are the constant resources to ensure that our forces can be on the offensive. As I said last time, so far Ambazonians have funded a defensive campaign that we are able to maintain a defensive posture. Sometimes they roll us back and we come back to the same position. We have not been able to fund an offensive war. As I said, 1 minute your finger on a trigger of an AK-47 dispatches 600 bullets. That is more than $1,000, 1 minute. So if you want to be offensive for 1 month, 2 months, and then you have to make the requisite investment that ensures that your men can be on the offensive for that long. If we are on the offensive, Cameroon does not have the fighting ability. It does not have enough men to fight. So I pray that you people will mobilize yourself tomorrow and support, this monthly endeavor to mobilize resources to expand the stabilization force and keep our men on the offensive. The second issue I would like to say is, now, this is what we must understand. So far, we have engaged this struggle from, kind of a Christian perspective, do no harm, turn the other cheek. Nigeria kidnaps, our comrades, our citizens, rendition them to Yaoundé, and we just move along because we don't want to anger Nigeria. The British become bullish in whatever they say or do with respect to Ambazonia, keep signing contracts with the BR regime. We do no harm. We amass a few men on Downing Street and nothing happens. We have to change the posture to radically shift the political equilibrium to our favor. And so if you attack, the Ambazonian ambition to self-determination, to be independent, we're going to undermine your ability, to collaborate with La Republique for resource exploitation. If you support Yaoundé and we have the opportunity to support domestic opposition against your rule, we should do it. We should be able to show the world that there must be a radical shift in their position to keep us where we are. And I think that explains, the decision that we made with respect also to the Biafrans, and that we are looking at, even with respect to progressive opposition figures within Cameroon that believe in the armed struggle. That's how, the Eritreans did it. They supported progressive forces, insurgents that were fighting against the Ethiopian government. They armed them, supported them, fought with them to overthrow the Ethiopian government with the acceptance that they will recognize the independence of Eritrea. So we are spanning, we are looking, we are talking with progressive forces within Cameroon. And we have made it clear that the only condition to supporting your actions against the BR regime would be your acceptance of the independence of Ambazonia. And I think we are making progress. And I think we cannot be static in our thought processes. We cannot be afraid all the time. We must be able to raise the bar very high in our thinking on how to end the occupation of our country. And I think we are making progress because we have a radical way of thinking. We have knowledge in terms of what has happened in other revolutions. And we aren't scared to be controversial. And we are able to explain ourselves to our people. So Ambazonians, I am very grateful that the strategies we have put in place in the past 4 years, whether in undermining Cameroon's economic exploitative ability and making the territory ungovernable, delegitimizing political governance, and internationalizing our struggle in such a way that major countries begin to talk about it, sanctions being discoursed, have all happened. We have delivered. Yes, we haven't delivered the free state to you yet, but all the key indicators which we put in place to monitor progress have clicked green. And I think to be free is not a joke. To end occupation that has existed for more than half a century, it's not a walk in a park. But I'm so grateful because the enthusiasm is growing. You have mothers who have gone on retirement making monthly commitment. You have people on ground zero also committing. You have Ambazonians who have become disillusioned because of the perceived confusion within the struggle, recognizing the stability that our leadership is providing and are committing. And I call on all of you to keep your differences aside and focus on the liberation of our homeland. As promised, we are working on basic principles that will bring all of us together during the period of transition to establish the framework for governance. For now, our focus must be on how to speedily end the occupation of our homeland. And I think we should not be, it's not about sponsoring AGOVC, ADF, or Ayaba. No. It's about looking at what works. And if you disagree with the strategy, I am open for a conversation. We have set up a program, Meet, Face the Leader. If anyone, even our citizens on the ground, who want to face me on television for a debate on our strategy, on our policy, on our posture, I'll be willing to have that conversation. I'm going around making sure I have conversation with prominent Ambazonians, stakeholders in our war of independence, so that this public conversation may open the minds of our people that really we aren't really divided as people have been talking about. that those differences can be breached simply by us having this conversation in public, not this kind of background discussions that are preordained for strategic purposes. So I'm grateful for having this time to speak with you. I'm inviting all of you tomorrow to join me during the Zoom mobilization commitment for the expansion of the stabilization. And I'll be out again next week with a major policy statement on how to bring our people together during the period of transition and what we need to do at this particular moment when there is crisis in Central African Republic, there is crisis in Chad, Cameroon's economy is collapsing, there is a vacuum within Cameroon that Biya wants to fill with the sun, and there are progressives within Cameroon who believe in the armed struggle, and how we can bring all of these forces together in one strategic move that will forever change the destiny of our people. Thanks a lot, PS.
Thank you very much.
Ambazonian.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a great evening.
Likewise.
All right, my people. When I don't listen for the leader for our war of independence, when I don't listen for the leader for our liberation struggle, and we want to start by, first of all, I want to thank the leader. Say he don't take the call for address the Ambazonian people tonight, for talk to the Ambazonian people this evening, for help the Ambazonian people for clarify and explain which they go on, place who they, and what we need for do, for get for the finish line for this liberation phase. So as the leader don't talk, tomorrow we invite every Ambazonian, no matter what you be believe in the past, no matter what you be think in the past, we didn't have for a new place, for a fine place for everybody. Every Ambazonian are a stakeholder for the liberation. Every Ambazonian, as long as you be an Ambazonian. All right, let me take this call. Good afternoon, Uncle I. I'm live on ACN TV. Do you have something important to say concerning regarding what the leader has said, or probably about the expansion of the stabilization forces?
Well, I just sent you my contribution for tomorrow. You're listening, $200. That's what I was going to tell you.
Uncle
I started already today.
Only you. All right, my fellow Ambazonians.
Okay.
Now one of our uncle that now in that he don't say it already called, so now only for tell when I say it don't say it already send your own contribution. So Uncle, I thank you very much. Your cafe day up.
Okay.
Your cafe day up.
Thank you.
All right. So now one of our big uncle for Canada here, this was uncle every single month. No month need to pass. We not make a contribution to the forces. Stabilization, the fundraising for the stabilization forces dinner tomorrow. He don't send the money today. As I talk now, I see the email come. He already send the money where they send me a copy of the email. They already send it for me. Say don't send money. All right. So Uncle I, your cafe day up. Ma tell you a story. One of our big mommy, an Ambazonian big mommy, we don't retire. He called me yesterday. He said, no, say on Saturday, the expansion of the stabilization force fundraising will be tomorrow. It will be. He said, I want to be the first person for contribute, for bless the fundraising. Before we want to woke up for this morning, an Ambazonian big mommy, we don't retire. He'd already sent a contribution. $230. Mommy don't retire. He take my pension. For free were people for ground zero. Then I get another call from another Ambazonian big mommy for Holland. Big mommy for Holland. Big mommy for Holland call. He say, I don't get the invitation letter for the stabilization forces. He say, okay. Now when he go start on Saturday, I hope say no person will be for front line. I say, mommy, no person will be for front line. Mommy don't retire. Mommy send a contribution. They do enough for their grand picking them. They do them for their brothers and sisters so they leave them back home. That's why these big mommy them, they support the armed resistance. They don't see the freedom for outside. They don't see how their own lives for outside here, how they live in peace. How they don't build successful careers. They come here, they put themselves back for school as adults. And who they don't become as people because of the gift of freedom. Because of the gift of organized free society. And mommy, they want to leave a legacy. Mommy, they want to give something for the future generation. And for end the pain and the suffering of the current generation. So if big mommy, if you think that way, what about you? Who you still did 25 years old? You did 30, you did 40, and you still get another 40, 50 years ahead of you. Most of these mommy, they never even get 15 years ahead of them. But they want to make that next 15 years. May they go live for ground zero. May they go live for their own country. We be full of the most healthiest food, the best climate, a good environment. Mommy, they want to contribute. Same for another mommy for Holland. Send a contribution today. There is this passion because of the love we want mommy they carry for their heart, for their brothers and sisters so they back home, for their family members so they leave them for back home. Because of the compassion, we don't see what people don't go through all this hell since 1961. And they say it must end. So tomorrow, I want to appeal for all man. What are you doing for ground zero or you do for ground one? What are you doing for Ghana or you do for South Africa? No matter place where you do, what are you doing for Hong Kong, for China, for Bangladesh, or you doing for Paris? Any place where you do tomorrow. Tomorrow night day for the call of duty. Make we expand the stabilization forces. For change or liberation posture for place where they. Make we change them for save lives. We don't come too far. Now the time this for really win and win big. Not now the time for play politics with Cameroon. You know they take you anywhere. Not now the time for small arguments. Now action. Now work. As the leader don't talk. As the leader don't talk. The forces will be ready. So I want we will count on your patriotism, your own desire for your own freedom. Do one for your own freedom as well. You need to do one for some person. You need to do one for Dr. Ayaba. You need to do one for General Efang. You need to do one for Capo, for Mami Woli. You need to do one for your own freedom. Now for your own salvation. Now for your mommy's salvation. Now for your uncle's salvation. Now for your brothers and sisters who like the public don't kill them. Now for honor them. Now for the villages so they don't burn them all down. Do them for the salvation of all we. So tomorrow the appeal for all Ambazonian families. All papa the mama me them. Especially the one that for diaspora. Make us stretch ourselves and expand this army. For finish the war, we don't ask them to finish it. For liberate our people them. So tomorrow, na a day of coming together. Na a day of working together. Na a day for we for push ourselves. Go what they call and say the extra mile. Give what you never give before. Call your woman tonight. Call your master tonight. Say, honey, I don't know, whatever name you use for calling. All right? So, mommy, call your man tonight. Whatever name, whether a lover or a honey or a papa. Papa, call your woman tonight. Whether they calling a darling or I don't know me. That one, that one, now una Tinder. Whether they calling a darling or I don't know. Whether they calling a sweetheart or me, I don't know. But tonight, when I call each other, talk say, wait till we do him for support this project. We don't change our face, the face of our liberation. Wait till we do him for help, for move our people them forward and free the land. Now wait till we give him. Maybe we'll be giving a $2,000. More give 5. Where we still get life now. Nobody still work. We still get ability. We feel make the money back. There were people where they kill and we not bring them back. The villages where they burn and we not bring them back. The one where they displace them, we know if we bring them back. Maybe if we bring them when the war don't end. They make us speed up the process of the liberation by minimizing the pain on the ground. So for all the young people them, when they're in their 30s, when 40s, you there for your 50s, you still get active years for make a lot of money ahead of you. The biggest contribution if you make for your life, the biggest act of achievement if you achieve them. Now the joy for say, during when the Ambazonian people they need you, you go for bank, you go take a line of equity for the profit we already make them for the house we buy them. All right, your equity we don't accumulate for that house. The 50,000 we don't accumulate. The 100,000 we don't accumulate. You go there, you go take $10,000. You go there, you go take $20,000. You give them for the liberation of homeland, for save lives and give the people them hope. A brother called me yesterday. He said, I don't file my taxes. I filed them 2 weeks ago. And the tax return, it don't come back. I be the premier come so that make I use my tax return, the money I get them back from the government for my taxes. I be the premier come. I want to take that money, donate them for free homeland. So all Ambazonians do they did for Europe, they did for Canada, they did for Australia. All when I don't file with taxes. Take your tax return. The money where the government give you back for your taxes we pay, for the excess taxes we pay, they give you back. Take that money. You no need for take extra. Just take that $1,000 so they give you back. That $2,000 so they give you back. Take that money, put them for the freedom of Ambazonia. All right? We fit change our people their lives. We don't play this game of waiting for so long. Any man they wait, make other people they do it. Why you go to wait for your own destiny? Why you go to wait for your own destiny? Care. You really care about the beginning for ground zero? You care about the mommy them for ground zero? You care about the one who they did for prison? You care? If you care, show your caring through your commitment for the liberation. Because now the only way that will go change their lives. No matter how much you feel sorry, it no go change, it no go heal an Ambazonian. No matter how much you go cry, it no go woke up any person for grave. No matter how much you complain, nothing will change until you take action. You care so much, you love so much, you get so much compassion, and you do something. By contributing. The one who will not contribute before, the leader build the force, deliver the materials, give una the pride. Now una pride. Now your pride. For all the families where they don't respond for do a lot of donations for our people then. One thing will be very thankful. We call when I want more. So we need help for ground zero. For liberate the land. We'll be very close. When I help we make will end the suffering of our people then, bring the refugees back, liberate the one that were in prison, and build a good future for all we. The forces now for all we. Or when I get my phone number, if you make your contribution also. And you know want me to call your name for outside, that's fine. We could do them anonymous. Just like Big Mommy for England, I call it Big Mommy for England. Just like Big Mommy for Holland, they call it Big Mommy for Holland. The Big Mommy, they get name. We call them Big Mommy now for protect their identity. So even if you want to give them $30,000, $50,000, your identity will remain classified. We'll go buy the materials. We'll call you for a private conference and tell you, say, the 50,000 where you donate them, that the materials and this way they buy them. We'll go get a private meeting with you. They buy the materials, they give them for the general, they make video. The general will make video for thank you. Say the materials we owe you, the money we send them. You don't buy the material, uncle, auntie, papa and mommy. Thank you, plenty. We will do them. And so EGOFC day, and so ADF day. The leader be open for visit with any family. When I call me, when I set up a meeting, say one discuss with the leader. Say, Dr. Ayaba, what do you need them for finish this job? What are the forces they need them for finish this work? What is needed? And the question that. So the leader be open at any time for visit with any family, for visit with any man, for visit with any woman, virtually, for get this discussion. Say, ask the question, Dr. Ayaba, tell me what you need them. How much? We'll be ready. If we give X, Y, Z, if we give $100,000, how it go change the ground? If we give $200,000, how it go change our people their future? How it go help for move things forward? Explain them for we, and if it makes sense, that the $100,000 this, that the $50,000 this, that the $25,000 this, that the $200,000 this. If we give you $500,000, how soon Ambazonian will be liberated? And if you tell any man now, look my eye. If we get $500,000 today, we will end this war for 3 months. $500,000. We put another 250 forces on the ground with those high quality machines. For 3 months, our forces they go battle at the public every day, and in 3 months we will liberate the land. One family if you do one. So tomorrow, not a big day. When I come, when I pause, when I big pocket there. The leader also be open for meet up with any country meeting. You be businessman for ground zero, call, see how he help. Make a difference for your own future too. And they talk this for today. I want to end by thanking the leader. Say answer the call for talk for our people them tonight. I want also thank the Supreme Commander of Ambazonian Defense Forces, General Efam. I want thank you for the load we don't carry on for your head as the authority on the ground for implement the liberation strategy for liberate the entire Ambazonian. I want thank you for work with other forces on the ground and other defense groups for them for work together for free the land. Make I take this call from America. Hello?
Mr. Asu.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how are you, bro?
Good. I'm live on ACN TV. I'm also live on YouTube. I'm live on Facebook. So this is a live call. Is it a private call or you want to speak to our people?
No, actually, I don't mind speaking, but I wanted to, today is Friday. I got paid today. I wanted to communicate them $100. course.
All right, let me put you on speaker so that you can also encourage other people to do the same.
Power on.
Exactly.
Bluetooth pairing.
That's exactly.
Bluetooth connected.
You know, you can use smart guy, you know, thinking the way I was thinking too.
All right, so go ahead. You go ahead.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Asu.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much for for the work we. Yeah, hello.
Would hear you fine. Go talk if you want to talk Oyibo English, you talk. If you want to talk Pidgin, whatever you be comfortable with them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just want to tell you, say thank you so much for the work that you do. I really encourage all Ambazonians then, for especially the wonderful diaspora, the wonderful US. Yeah. Right. So I just want to, encourage all our brothers, all Ambazonians, in the United States, in Europe, please, please, please commit. ADF is real. There are changes that are going on the ground now that few months ago we couldn't see those changes. Our freedom is coming, but that freedom will not get here if we do not commit.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
I am in the US right now. Today is Friday. I got paid today. I don't make that much money, but out of that $1,500 that I make every 2 weeks, I'm contributing $100 to you right now, for this course. Out of $1,500 minus $100, it's not gonna kill me. But I want that little $100 that I commit every 2 weeks. It will help you the forces then. And it will help build the forces then where they go support, the cause for free the homeland.
That's right. All right.
We Ambazonians, they will get smart. Yeah.
Okay, bro.
I get co-workers and really, they make money, but they know, sometimes they don't even think about this cause. They only ask me, say, when this road will finish, might go for country. You go for country, you go for airport, they will detain you for airport for 10 hours, they don't want to be your land. Free a homeland so you could travel directly to Ambazonia.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right,
I will
bro.
commit $100 today, and I will make my commitment every pay period. Every pay period, I will commit $100.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much.
Every pay period, I will donate $100 until Ambazonia gain its independence.
Wow!
I know the importance of freedom.
A man of action.
I want to fly from here and I want to land directly for Amberland.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for all you do. You're very brave.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much.
I give salute to Dr. Ayaba.
Thank you. We'll follow my footsteps. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. My brother, that for that side for America, today na Friday for all the people that did it for America. Now also the last week for the month. Some people they will receive their pay. So if you do work, you did for Canada, you did for the Western world, as they call them, or you did for any place of the world. Every Friday they pay people them. So if you take your pay today, tomorrow, take a portion of your pay, a portion of it. You can't pay liberation tithing. All right? You can't pay your liberation tithing. A tithing for your own destiny. So all man, they don't pay people then today. Make sure say as they pay you today, as this brother don't take part of his pay, put them for the liberation of homeland. Take part of your pay. Tomorrow, now fundraising for expand the stabilization force for give we ground zero. For give we back control of our land. Take a portion of your pay tomorrow. Can join all other Ambazonians for free the land. Now commitment that. Not be talk no good free we. For feel sorry, say they keep picking them. It no go bring their life back. If something don't happen for ground zero, all were picking they don't kill them. From baby matter to that small picking, when la Republic born for house, when I see that papa, he carry that die picking for a hand, when I see him. If those things they touch you, turn that vexation into commitment for the liberation of homeland. If the rape of our mommy them, our sisters them, the burning of the houses, if they ever touch you, take that vexation, you put them for defeat Pobia. And the only answer that, and the only solution that. So tomorrow, na holy day for the liberation. We expect for see all man for day. Our phone number be available at any time when I feel call. Tonight, I will be available for answer any question we get them. So whether you get a question, you not be like the ADF, you not be like AGOFC, and you want gain clarity, you want make you clean your understanding, I'll be available for maximum 15 minutes. Not be for argument, but for we forget a brotherly conversation, for talk, and for come for a common understanding where it will make you commit. I'll be available. All right. I also be available for travel within Canada. All right. Safe traveling for meet with any family where they want commit. For meet with any family where they talk say they want to do their commitment privately. We will offer once we receive a commitment, they will issue a receipt and a letter of appreciation through the Central Treasury of Governing Council of Ambazonia. All right. So I'll be here now for serve our forces, for speak for them, for promote them. I'll be here now for speak on behalf of our prisoners of war. I'll be here now for speak on behalf of our refugees them. I'll be here now for speak on behalf of Ground Zero. We're there now for on behalf of the people them. So as una spokesperson, as una press secretary, we're there now for defend the hopes, the aspiration, the future of the Ambazonian people them. And that's why we mobilize for liberate the land. Colonialism and occupation are a crime against humanity. We must remove that evil we la Republic of Cameroon impose for our land. And we'll use now guns and bullets for remove that evil unapologetically. The right to life will be more important than any other thing. So we must defend the right to the lives of the Ambazonian people then. Before we wait for any other international community may they come 20 years after. We know we wait, make some person come 20 years after. Can't hold 2 or 3 people of the Republic say do this. We must defend our people, defend the land, protect them, and make sure say the evil way Paul Biya and La Republic, the plant and for Ambazonia, this generation is scattering so that we'll clean the land and give our people them hope where other countries that give their people them. Americans, they will be occupied. They woke up, put their foot for ground. They fight, they liberate the land. Canada will be occupied. They woke up, put their foot for ground. They end the occupation and liberate their people them. Today, all we enjoy the freedom of this prosperous, the most peaceful, abundant nation. They not reach past we. Una hear fine. America is not reach past Ambazonia. Canada, which they get them? Which they for Canada? We would try for come for their country. Which they not get 1/10 of the wealth of Ambazonia. But the small way they get them, because of the fight where they fight, they build a just society. They build a stable society for give their people them the life they deserve. And that's why they don't build heaven on earth. Because they don't go through that suffer. Now our own time this. For we for take back our land and also be our own heaven on earth. For give our people them. More live and for here. We'll see all on tomorrow. And if you get any question, we'll talk about background. Alright? Make a live on affair. Make all man get a good night. When sleep fine, when get sweet dreams. When dream about our commitment for tomorrow. So that when we wake up for morning time, you'll be very excited. We'll talk for all tomorrow. Alright? When get a good night. May God bless all.
The control ground zero. AJ the army of the people. When I see him, na military already. We fight war with bow. We fight war with AK-47, G3, M16 chain cutters. Na see him. Nigeria by action. Na see they were part of the battalion in this. Na see him. No be easy. Yes, today the 8th January. So they'll look at so. And no believer. The army this where they control ground zero. Now the army this on ground zero. Now we see how no be mob. It is so under the Supreme General of the ADF. A general by action, no be general by mob. I see battalion, a battalion this. Wow. Ambazonian when I pray for the begin there. When I pray for the Supreme General of the ADF, now the battalion there they bring independence of this country. Now then this. When I see them, well equipped. This is the army of the people. The army they control ground zero. Ambazonian when I see them. It don't be easy, but now God will get power. No be by power, but by the grace of God. Official.
Yeah.
That the biggest of all number that be this.
Thank the egg of ADF for their handwork. If you wanna see ADF and egg of if you wanna look and find on a handwork than this, we thank God. Escape! I hear you! Escape! I hear you! Who's your first commandant?